natural, even when I have fever or something else. She always tried to use another alternative. And when I become adult, I just want, you know, I just try to do what everyone else was doing. So just if I have headache, I will take a paracetamol or ibuprofen. So I totally forgot about these natural medicine and all these remedies. And few months ago, um, Lorena mentioned about this, and I was so happy, so pleased that she told me about this, because it was a change that I really needed. And I think in the time we live in now, it's like everyone is trying to see all the options, more natural resource, and I really love this new way of treat your body and your family. So Carolina is going to be explaining a little bit more about the all these. So I'm going to leave you with her, and she will explain much better than I. I just want to give my personal experience.
Thank you, Carmen. Well, welcome to all of you. My name's Caroline, and I'm based in Colombia, in Bogota, but the same as Carmen, essential oils have changed my life. And for me, it's a pleasure to teach about it. It's one of the favorite things that I love to do, in addition to spending time with my nephews, nieces, and serving in my church. So I'm going to teach you today about 3 cool things about essential oils. So if the only thing that you remember about everything we're going to do are these 3 things, and you can then repeat them to someone else, I would have felt that I've done my job, right? So we're going to talk today about these 3 cool things, and I'm going to share my screen with you. If you have pen and paper, you can write them down. Right. So the first cool thing about essential oils is that they're safe. That means that they have nothing added to them. And I just want to make sure we all know what we're talking about. This is what we're talking about, a little bottle that has a liquid inside, and that is essential oil. Nothing else is added into it. They are 100% natural, so nothing strange added to it, as we were saying. And because it's natural, because there's nothing added to it, the benefits are great, and we don't have any side effects. They are just simply pure essential oils. They're safe. What we mean by safe is for babies. I've used them with my nephews, my nieces. My nephew is a year and a month old. And people have used them with just baby born, just being born babies, and older people as well. So that's why they are safe. Now, these oils are extracts from plants. And as Carmen was saying, many of our parents and grandparents have used plants for many years, and they know what they were used for. But now, with essential oils, we are concentrating the power of those plants. So when we use the plant, for example, peppermint is used a lot for digestion, right? When you use the peppermint oil, you're using the peppermint multiplied by a factor of 50 to 70 times more powerful than the plant itself. And the other thing that gives us that safety is that every doTERRA essential oil has a certificate. It's certified pure therapeutic grade. That means that it has purity in it, and it has a seal. In fact, in the base of every bottle, as you can see there, there's a serial number here at the top. And that means that it's registered what this batch was produced from, and it had laboratory tests by third parties to make sure that this by third parties is certified and beyond organic, and that means therapeutic. And Carmen has a testimony for us. Carmen, what do you think about the peppermint oil? How did it help you?
Well, sometimes I have headache and they're horrible, but I don't like to take pills, so I try to wait and wait and wait. And the other day I was like having a horrible headache, and I was about to have a paracetamol, and then my friend told me, "Try your oils. I'm sure you got something for headache." So I checked in the app, and I was like, "Okay, something for headache," and I found that peppermint help. So I put some oil in my hand, and I smelled it for about 2 to 3 minutes, and it was like something was released in my head, and the pain was gone. And I was like, wow, this really worked. And I didn't even have to take anything, just with the smell, it went straight to my head. And I kind of feel like something was released and all the tension was gone and the head that disappeared. So that was one of the reasons I decided to share this with everyone, because it really helped me.
Thank you. Well, that's right. That's how simple it is. Whenever you have a headache, I've done it many times. You just literally dab your finger on the top of the bottle and place it on your temples, on the sides of your head. And then you feel how your peppermint oil comes in and literally, like Karen was saying, releases the tension. So that's the first cool thing about essential oils. What did we say? They are safe. The second cool thing is that they're effective. Now, when we mean effective, we're saying that they are effective in comparison to address the root cause of many health problems, but also they're more effective than many of the traditional health methods that we have to treat certain problems. So let's go back to a basic biology class, very basic. The most simplest and the smallest element in our body is a cell, just as we see in this drawing, right? And a cell has a covering around it. It's what we call the cell membrane. And that membrane is oily, right? The function of that membrane is to keep the bad things out of the cell and to keep the good things in. Now we have two different forms here. What attacks the cell from the outside is called a bacterial form. And what attacks the cell from the inside is a virus. Now, when you go to your doctor and you say, oh, I think I've got an infection, and he says, oh, yes, you've got a bacterial infection, what will they usually recommend? An antibiotic. You'll take your antibiotic for 5, 6, 7 days. You'll finish that course. The infection would have gone, but you would have stayed with some side effects. Usually you would all your good bacteria from your gut will have disappeared because the antibiotic would have washed them away, and your immune function would have suffered, and possibly your hormonal system as well. The next time that you have a bacterial infection, the most probable thing is that you'll need a stronger antibiotic. What happens when you come to your doctor and you say that you're feeling a bit down, a bit under the weather, like you have a bit of a cold? And he'll say, oh, that's kind of one of those viruses that are going around. Just lie down in bed, take a lot of water, and let it run its course. That's what they'll usually say. Why is that? Because most of the medical recommendations will be water-based. And because the virus is inside the cell, anything that is water-based will not mix with oil and will not be able to penetrate the membrane. So the cell has to fight for it until it manages, if it can, to eliminate it. What happens with essential oils? Essential oils can treat both bacteria on the outside, and because they are oils, they can penetrate the cell membrane and get to the virus. Woohoo! We have a solution for both things. Now, I want to speak to you very briefly about one of my favorite oils. It's called On Guard. It promotes healthy immune function. Now, I've been in Colombia for 2 years. When I arrived here and got off the plane, I had a very serious throat infection. I felt all my throat was swollen, couldn't swallow, that very strong feeling. And I was starting to even get a fever. I called up the friend that spoke to me about essential oils, and I said, what can I do? I don't want to take any medication. I've just arrived. And she said, what oils did you take with you? And I said, I brought my On Guard. She said, great. You're going to start taking 3 drops 3 times a day and just really push up your immune system. And I also put in some oregano, which is very strong, but very antibacterial oil, very strong. And I began doing that, and I said, I'm going to put those to the test. 5 days later, it was amazing. I literally was able to cough up an amount of phlegm that was amazing. I literally cleaned my throat out and stripped out all the infection. And I thought, wow, this stuff is powerful. So there we have it. The second interesting thing about cool thing about essential oils is they are effective. Now let's look at the third thing, is that they're affordable. Oh, these are good news. We like things that are affordable. You wouldn't believe how much money is spent in a year on healthcare. $6.5 trillion a year is spent on healthcare. But I can tell you that essential oils are affordable, even more affordable than what you spend on your healthcare. If you're in a country where I was from, and I think some of you are based in the UK, we have the NHS and your healthcare is free. But even so, essential oils will work out to be even more affordable. And I'll just give you an example. Let's say someone in your family had an ear infection. What would you use? 2 drops of tea tree oil and 2 drops of lavender oil. How much would that cost? Maybe in dollars, less than $2, $1.50, even maybe just a few cents. In pennies, less than £1, right? Now, if you think that if you went to get your prescription from the pharmacist for an ear infection, you'd probably spend more than £1. But let's just say your prescription was free, right? How much time did you have to spend maybe away from work to get a GP appointment? How much money did you spend even in your transport, just your petrol or your gas, as they say in the US, or your transport on the bus, on the public transport? That will probably work out more expensive than the essential oils. And let's not even say that at this moment, we don't want to be going to our GP, right? To the doctor. We don't want to expose ourselves. And the oils are right in your home. They're next to you, they're to your reach. And that is such a benefit that you can't wait to lose, because that is your health. So we're talking about essential oils, pennies for dose. And when you add up all these costs for a whole year, you would be saving yourself hundreds of pounds or dollars a year. Now I want to go on to how are the 3 ways that you can use essential oils. There are 3 ways to use them. The first is aromatic. As you see here, the lady's smelling the oil. And you can simply do that as I'm doing now. Take off the lid, smell it, and I can tell you it's fabulous. Why is it so powerful to smell the oil? Some people think, oh, that sounds a bit off, a bit weird to think that it can actually affect you. Well, let me make you remember that perhaps you've been to the hospital and you've had an anesthetic applied to you through a mask, and they told you count to 10 and just breathe. I had that and I didn't even get to 3. When I count to 3, I was out. And that was just from breathing the gas. That gas is synthetic. It's not even natural. Why is that? Because we have an olfactic nerve. If you take your fingers right now, pinch the end of your nose, like that. Have a go. Pinch your nose. If you do that long enough or strong enough, your eyes will start to water. That's because you have your olfactic nerve that goes straight to your brain. That's how powerful it is. So when you smell an oil, the components will go straight to your brain in less than 20 seconds and from your brain to the rest of your body. So it's a very powerful way to use the essential oils. And we can also do that through here a device called a diffuser. I've got one here. It's not the same as that one. It's similar. It's the one that I got when I enrolled to doTERRA a year ago, and here it is in perfect condition. So we have an electric cable. If I lift off the lid, we've got water, so I won't tip it so the water won't spill. And I've put in there 8 drops of orange essential oil, which is very uplifting. So I'll click here the button. We've got a light. You can probably see it against here. And then you can see that steam coming out. I can switch the light off if I don't need the light. And without any effort, I can have it here next to my laptop. And while that is letting off the steam, I can be smelling the benefits and using the benefits of the orange essential oil, and it smells wonderful. The other way is to create your own diffuser. So you can take the oil, just dab it on the palm of your hands. You can see I put some there. Just rub it in and put your hands over your nose and your mouth and breathe. That's your own diffuser. And it's amazing. Just a quick testimony. I have a friend that had a nursery at home. She lives in Germany. And she told me this story that left me amazed. She said that when the kids would come in to the nursery, always around winter time, they would start to get all snotty and start to get colds. And they were, 2-3-year-old children. So they're always putting their hands in their eyes and their nose. And when she heard about the essential oils, she took On Guard and she started putting some drops in the diffuser and just leaving the diffuser on, putting several diffusers in the room just for the children to be smelling the oil. And to her surprise, the parents started to ask her, "What are you doing? What are you giving my children? He no longer has it. They don't no longer have any colds. They're not having any runny nose." And that was because the children were smelling the oil. On Guard is made out of rosemary, eucalyptus, wild orange, clove, very powerful oils that help the immune system. So that's the benefit just from smelling them. So we said that the first way that we can use essential oils is aromatic. The second is topical. You can apply the oils to the area where you need them most. And here we've got fractionated coconut oil because the skin, it can be very sensitive, especially for children and seniors, and it's very important to dilute it. So let me give you an example. Here I've got some fractionated coconut oil. I can just dab that on the palm of my hands. And just with 3 drops of coconut oil, I just need 1 drop of essential oil. For example, lavender is great as a scar, to help scarring. And I can just use that and rub it on my hands. Or if I have a scar somewhere or some kind of blemish, I can put it directly there. But we also have another testimony about Deep Blue. Deep Blue, this oil here, we're going to be hearing about what Deep Blue can do for us. So I'm going to pass on to Juani and her husband, who are going to share with us what Deep Blue did for them.
It's good to be with you and good to be a part of this program. I know it's sometimes you feel like you're not going anywhere, but let me tell you this, when you start doing something that is different, it helps to try. And as a matter of fact, I believe that if you don't try, you're never going to get what you're going to get. But it's good to try. My problem that I had, it was pretty much because of the age. Don't ask me how old I am, because you're not gonna get a friend from me. No, no kidding. But anyway, on my a lot of driving and a lot of age. Anyway, I became it was very painful for me just to be around on my lower back and all my legs as well. So I have a physical therapist and start working on me, and a couple of times and so on, and it begins to help me a little bit. But most of the things that I had, I was the massage that I like it, and I said, well, okay, it was good. But eventually, I noticed that I need something else, and I didn't want to do. There's a lot of products that's going on in the market, such as that muscle relaxers and stuff like that, even painkillers that can help you. And so I feel like I say, when something needs to be done. So when my wife told me about the situation, about what she was going through on the doTERRA, told me about the Deep Blue, and actually, this talking about rubbing, it was a rubbing situation that really helped me to understand that the pain is going to go away. And it went away, actually. And what I like of this, basically, I was afraid, to put them on, because I know that the what do you call what is very familiar among people is Bengay, and the smell stays with you, and the stink smells and stay with you for a lot of time. I used to, I mean, I don't like the smell just to be around. I felt like I was an old man anyway, but this one, it really helps me. And I put some on the coconut oil first and rub it in my back, lower back, and so on. And then I put the big Deep Blue on my hands and put in and through my fingers and put them on my skin, around my skin in the area. And believe me, the pain is going away. I was probably 80% on pain. Now it's the other way around. I don't have a pain. I travel. I like to travel. I like to drive, and it's been a fantastic medication or tool that helped me to be back in business on driving. And not only that, but on the service that I do, especially on the preaching and standing and so on. So I feel good. I feel good. I really highly recommend. It's a wonderful experience with Deep Blue. Really help.
Wow, thank you, Liceo. That's amazing. After everything we've tried to find something natural that really works. And you're not an old man. You look good, very young. so so this is the second way we can use essential oils. We can use them topically, right? And another great place to use essential oils is actually the bottom of your feet. And for children, they love it. My niece and my nephew, they love it because it tickles them, but also the bottom of your feet is where you have the biggest pores of your body. So the essential oils go in fast and they affect every part of your body. Let's look at the third way you can use essential oils. This is one of my favorite, and this is internally. Internally. Now, when we speak about using essential oils internally, we're speaking about only doTERRA essential oils because they are CPTG, certified pure therapeutic grade. And that's why 80 or 90% of doTERRA essential oils can be taken internally. How would you do that? You can put a couple of drops in water like I have here. I put some lemon in this one. You can put them in veggie caps. What are veggie caps? Simply, they are empty vegetable capsules. So let me show you. This is an empty capsule, and you can just open it. And I'm going to mix a few oils in here. This is great for people who don't like the taste of essential oils, but they want the benefits. I'm just going to put here 3 drops. We recommend that you take oils when you're having your meals. You make the capsule right as you're going to take it because the essential oil will melt the capsule. I'm putting in some orange as well, some wild orange. Okay, and then I can just cover it. I can make the mixture as I want it. Just cover the capsule and swallow. I didn't feel the taste of it. I know it's going to reach my body, and in 20 minutes, the essential oil would have reached every cell in my body. That is amazing. So just to finish now, I would like to tell you one of the testimonies that impacted me the most with essential oils. And that was with a friend of mine. She received this lady that came looking for help. This lady had received a diagnostic that she had a tumor, which was surrounding her spinal cord. She had just given birth and she was breastfeeding, so she couldn't do chemotherapy. And her doctor said that he could do surgery on her to remove the tumor, but that there was a 50% chance that she would end up in a wheelchair. So this woman said, give me 3 months and I'm going to look for alternatives. And she came looking for my friend and she told her, is there anything that natural medicine can offer me? And my friend said, sure, let's work these 3 months and see what happens. And she started to detox her body through natural juices and through essential oils. She started to use one of the most powerful oils there are, which is called frankincense. It's an oil that renews the cells. And another mixture that doTERRA does called DDR Prime, which includes also lemongrass and lydsea, some amazing oils. And so she started changing her lifestyle completely, what she was eating. She started to include the oils in what she was doing. And 3 months later, she went back to her doctor. Her doctor did a scan and he said, what have you been doing? And she said, why? He said, well, something's happened. The tumor is not there. There is a hole in your bone and the bone is filling itself in. And he said, I've never seen anything like it. Keep doing what you're doing. So that was amazing to see that essential oils work, they are effective, they're safe, and it really is an amazing option for you to explore. So this was a very basic thing that we wanted to share with you, mainly our own testimonies and our own stories. There is something that I have really been impacted with, and it's the Lifelong Vitality Pack. This is doTERRA's most sold product. They are vitamins. They contain the essential oils. And before I heard about doTERRA, I would go into the natural food store and try to look for food-based vitamins, as in vitamins that are extracted from food. And you wouldn't believe how difficult it was to find them until I found doTERRA. All of these vitamins, you have your antioxidants, your good omegas, your vitamins and your minerals are extracted from food. Your body knows what comes from food and what is synthetic. And that's the difference that I felt. I started to feel more energy, more concentration. And during this pandemic, no colds, nothing that I feel that my immune system is way up there. And the amazing thing is that this is one of the only products that has a 30-day guarantee. So if you buy the vitamins and you try them for 30 days, and after 30 days, you don't feel with more energy and more health, they'll give you your money back. So there's a lot of things that you can try in doTERRA. And perhaps you're asking yourself, how can you buy the oils? How can I get to try them? So let me talk to you about 3 ways that you can purchase the oils. The first way is retail. It's the most expensive. No one here is going to buy at that price. The second is wholesale. You get a wholesale price when you buy a membership. It's kind of like Costco or other shops that do it that way. So you basically, in the US, it's $35. In the UK, I think it's £24. You buy your membership, it's for a whole year, and that gives you access to 25% discount on everything. But the way that we buy our oils, with Eliseo, Kwani, Carmen, me, we like good, but we like it cheap. We buy below wholesale. How do you buy below wholesale? Well, you begin with a starter kit, and that waives your membership fee. So what are the starter kits? Let me give you a quick view of what they are and tell you which ones are my favorite and the ones that I've used. So we're going to look at some of the kits in the UK. I think most of you are in the UK. If you're not, then also let us know in your chat. This is UK and also Europe. So here we have the Family Essentials Enrollment Kit. This is one of my favorites because you have here 10 essential oils that treat 80% of diseases. Just with 10, the amount of fingers you have in your hands, you can treat 80% of illnesses. What do we have here? Many of the ones we've already mentioned: lavender, lemon, peppermint, melaleuca, also known as tea tree oil, oregano, frankincense, deep blue. We have doTERRA Air, which is for breathing issues, Zengest, which is for digestive issues, and On Guard, which we were saying was the antiviral oil. And this kit is really a great replacement for your medicine cabinet. You are prepared for everything with that. And that is priced at £112.75. You get a 1-year membership with this. That means that once you buy this kit, everything you buy will get a 25% discount. This second one is a one that has the vitamins in it and the deep blue, which Elisa was telling us about. So here we have the vitamins, we have the deep blue, we have a probiotic, which is great for the good bacteria in your gut. We have enzymes, great for digestion. And we have 5 small oils as well. Amazing oils: lavender, On Guard, frankincense, lemon, and balance, which is great for stress issues. And this kit is priced at £202.50. Also includes your annual membership. But my favorite kit is the Home Essentials kit. Here you have it. Here's a diffuser. This was the one that I signed up with in doTERRA. So the great thing is that this kit are the same 10 oils that I was showing you earlier, but they're 3 times more oil. These bottles are 5 ml, and these ones are 15 ml. But instead of costing £350, 3 times this price, it's only costed $238. And you get a free diffuser and you get your membership. So this is amazing. This is a great, great deal. It's a great investment in yourself and in your health. So with that, I would like to pass on to Carmen, who has some special news for us, for all of you, one of our guests here today.
So I want to say also, because there is some college here from Thermomix. I work in a cooking environment, and it was really interesting when I was sharing about the doTERRA oils. most of them, they say, yeah, I know, I use it. And I was like, oh, really? Yeah, they're really good for cooking. So also you can cook with them. So it's really great if you are a foodie person. And so it's a really good way of using it. And also just, to let you know that they got the kosher stamp if you order from Israel. So is that possibility as well. Yeah, so the best part of this is having a free consultation, because when you purchase the oils, it's good to have someone who is going to help you and see which are the challenges that you may have. So for being in this class today, if you're interested, you can just leave your contact detail in the chat. You can send it privately, or you can send it to me, and you will be contacted within 3 days to have one-to-one consultation. No compromise, not anything. It's just if you really wanted to know more and how this can help you. So this is my gift.
Wow, that's amazing. That's right. Free consultation, no commitment, no cost. Just leave us your details or speak to the person who invited you and tell them, I want to have a free consultation, and we'll commit to that. And while you do that, you can write to us in the chat. Let me tell you about the 3 kinds of people that buy essential oils. So there are 3 kinds of people in doTERRA. The first person is the type of person who wants to live the wellness style. This is the kind of person that wants to care for their own health, right? And we are excited to be able to support that person that is willing to invest in themselves. And what doTERRA does is we give you free monthly essential oil education. So for us, the purchase of your oil is just the beginning. It's not the end. You're starting a whole new life, and we want to be there with you. So we will offer you free education to know how you can use the oils and make the best out of them. But maybe you're there and you were saying, oh my gosh, my neighbor needs these oils. I know this other person that needed some of that cream that they've been having a backache for so long. And you're that kind of person who says, I want to share, I want to tell other people. Well, you wouldn't believe doTERRA will pay you commissions so you can get your products paid for. That's like free healthcare. That's like having exactly what you need for your own needs, just because you're sharing about the oils with other people. So as these people can start to consume and start to buy their own oils, you will receive your reward directly from doTERRA. The third kind of person is the person who wants to build. They want to earn an income and make an impact. Perhaps you're sitting there and you're saying, I can do what Caroline's doing. I can do what Carmen's doing. I could get at it and explain it to other people. Well, if you wanted to do that, doTERRA gives you that opportunity. You can educate other people of how to care for their health and how essential oils can really change their life. And that way you can make an income from your home and become financially free. And for that, I want to show you this short video. It's about a parable. When I heard it, I was very touched. I was very impressed. And just pay attention. It's only 2 minutes long. So let's have a look.
A story of 2 friends, Pablo and Bruno. Let me tell you a story of friends, Pablo and Bruno. Pablo and Bruno were young and ambitious. They dreamt of having their own house, a family, and living their life in wealth and peace. So they got jobs, carrying buckets of water from the river to the village fountain. They were ecstatic. The job paid well, and now they had a way of making their dreams come true. But even though they were young and buff, the river was far and the work was tiring. Bruno said to Pablo, "Dude, don't worry about it. We'll get used to the pain. Plus, one day we'll be able to buy whatever we want." But Pablo didn't agree. There had to be a better way. Pablo told Bruno about an idea of transporting water from the river without breaking their backs or wasting their time. It would be hard at first, but it would pay off in the end. Bruno laughed. "That would take months, years. Ain't nobody got time for that." And so months went by and Pablo continued to work on his pipeline. Bruno and his friends laughed at Pablo. Bruno bought new clothes, dinners, and even a new donkey for his wife. So every day, Bruno trudged out to the river, and every day the bucket seemed heavy. Pablo worked on the pipeline, and every day the village became closer. And after much time and dedication, Pablo had finished his pipeline and now was able to give water to the village without any effort at all. The villagers lined up and cheered Pablo for his work. What a hero, this guy.
I like water!
Bruno is older and bearded now, and the heavy buckets have taken their toll. He can't carry as many buckets of water anymore. He was out of a job. Pablo, on the other hand, was now rich and successful. He now had a continuous stream of income and had plenty of time to spend with his family and doing the things he loved. He told his friend Bruno that he had planned on building more pipelines and offered to help build Bruno one of his own. Eventually, Bruno built his own pipeline and they were both able to stop working and spend the rest of their lives with the friendship and the pipelines they had built. Pablo and Bruno secured a river of cash. Now you have to ask yourself, how long are you going to work a 9-to-5 job? How much longer can you settle for 5 days off a year? Win back your life. After all, you only get one. Are you a bucket carrier or pipeline builder? We're building a pipeline. Come build it with us.
So maybe you hadn't heard this this parable before. When I heard it, I was confronted. I had been carrying buckets a long time. And for me, the pandemic surprised me and I ended up without a job. And I decided, well, I'm a person of prayer. I prayed and this opportunity came up with doTERRA and I decided to build a pipeline. Now, I started in April last year. I was able to move into my own studio flat from the income that I was receiving just from speaking about essential oils from my own home with my laptop, from Colombia on the other side of the Atlantic, being able to have customers in the UK, in the US, in Israel, even in Africa, in South America. So it's not an option for everyone, but maybe you're sitting there thinking, I also need a stream of income, and doTERRA could be an opportunity for you. So if you're interested, let us know as well. And we want to now just draw this time to a close and know if you have any questions. We would love to answer them, whether it's about essential oils, whether it's about the business. And we hope that you can get in touch with us soon so we can let you know what essential oils can do for you. Carmen, do you have any finishing thoughts?
I would like to know people's opinions. So I don't know many people from today, but I got Frederick, you're looking at me, so I pick you. You like to share what do you have learned, if there is something that you like it or